Welcome back to Golf Extra. Phil Mickelson is known for his excellent play on the golf course, having won 57 professional tournaments and 6 major championships. He's also made headlines recently by moving from the PGA Tour to the LIV Golf. However, he's also known for his off-the-course persona and lifestyle, where he makes the most of his winnings on several lavish items. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos just like this one. Now, let's get right into the lavish lifestyle of Phil Mickelson. Like many professional athletes, Phil Mickelson has lived in several places around the world. He used to live in Rancho Santa Fe, California up until recent years. Phil and his family acquired the Rancho Santa Fe property in 2001 for $5.7 million. In Rancho Santa Fe, he and his family lived on 4.5 acres, and the house on the property was a staggering 9,100 square feet and had 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms. That's not all, though. The home also featured a 4-car garage for all of the Mickelson family's vehicles, as well as another detached 1-car garage. In addition, there was a home gym, spa, pool, covered patio area, and even an outdoor kitchen. To cap it all off, there was a 3-hole outdoor putting green for Phil to practice his short game. The interior of the house was done in a Tuscan style, which uses aspects of nature and the outside world in order to evoke a country living feel. It also features unique features such as a coffered ceiling with trussed beams and customized lead-framed windows. However, all of these nice features weren't enough to keep Phil in the California area. He had originally listed the house for sale back in 2008 for $12.2 million, but ultimately ended up selling it in 2015 for only $5.7 million. So, why did Phil end up moving away from California, and where did he end up going? He was unhappy with the high tax rate in California and ultimately decided to move to Florida to be closer to several other professional golfers, as well as to take advantage of a more favorable tax rate. Phil ended up buying a plot of land on which to build another custom home on Jupiter Island, Florida in December 2020. Many other professional golfers also live in this area, including Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, 2 of Phil's common adversaries in the LIV versus PGA saga. There's not much that is currently known about the plans that Phil has for this plot of land, but it's safe to say that he'll be right at the center of the golf world. Remember those 2 big garages that Phil had in Rancho Santa Fe? He also had some luxurious cars that he stored in there. One of these vehicles is an Aston Martin Vanquish, which he purchased for around $5 million. This high-end luxury vehicle is rated for 595 horsepower and can hit speeds of up to 201 miles per hour. It has an 8-speed transmission with a 6.0-liter V12 48-valve engine. Mickelson also has a Bentley Continental GT, which he purchased for around $2.5 million. The Bentley is rated for 626 horsepower and features an 8-speed automatic transmission with a 6.0-liter twin-turbo engine. These might be the 2 most luxurious cars that Mickelson owns, but he's also won a fair amount of lower-end cars over his golf career. He hasn't kept all of them, but the ones that he has kept, he's mostly given to his family. He gave the first car that he ever won golfing to his mother, and also gifted one to his father. That's a generous guy. Phil has plenty of other passions beyond expensive cars, though. In particular, he has a passion for wine. He has featured well-stocked cellars at all of his residences and has had quite a few famous anecdotes regarding his love for wine creeping into the public consciousness over the last few years. For instance, in the 2022 book, Phil, the Rip-Roaring and Unauthorized Biography of Golf's Most Colorful Superstar, golf reporter Peter Kostis told a hilarious story about a trick that completely fooled the wine expert in Mickelson. As the story goes, Kostis and Gary McCord, another golf reporter, were at the house of a mutual friend named Ernie Garcia, and they came up with a unique idea to play with the famed golfer and Mickelson. As the story goes, "It's a great house with a formidable wine cellar. We dug around pretty deep. The last bottle we had, before Phil came to join us, was an 82 Petrus, a Bordeaux that can retail for low 5 figures a bottle. Knowing Phil was coming, we got some 86 Silvero, a perfectly good Cabernet that sells for around $120, and poured it into the Petrus bottle that we had just emptied. We put the cork back in with the corkscrew in it so that it looks like we're in the middle of opening it up. Phil arrives and says, 'What are we drinking, boys?' And I say, 'Well, it's 82 Petrus.' Phil's an expert on everything in his own mind, so he's excited because he knows this is a big bottle of wine. We pour him a glass, he takes a sip, and he smacks his lip and goes, 'Ah, nectar of the gods.' To this day, Phil doesn't know that we switched it out, and you know he's out there telling everyone that 82 Petrus is the best wine he's ever had. So maybe Phil's not the incredible wine authority that he makes it out to be. Even still, he's made headlines other times for his love of wine. It even mixed with golf in a couple of occasions. After he won the 2014 Open Championship, for example, Mickelson was awarded the famous claret jug. The trophy looks suspiciously like a wine glass, and Mickelson took full advantage. As he was going to hand in the trophy for the next year's cycle, he was asked about his activities while he had possession of the claret jug. He followed up with the resulting story. "I've loved having the jug with me for the last 12 months. The people who know and love the game get a big kick out of it. They really appreciate what it means to hold such a famous trophy and drink out of it. I only let them drink the good stuff, of course. There's been nothing in there that is subpar. But the best was a 1990 bottle of Romani Conti wine. It wasn't on my dime, thankfully. Cost about $40,000. It wasn't the only time that Phil used one of his trophies as a drinking vessel, though. He also won the 2021 PGA Championship and was awarded the Wanamaker Trophy. This time, he financed the wine that he drank out of the cup, and he purchased his favorite wine. It was called Black Magic, a Cabernet Sauvignon from the Napa Valley in California. The wine isn't cheap either, retailing for around $450 a bottle. After he posted a video to Twitter showing him drinking the Black Magic wine out of the Wanamaker Trophy, the wine immediately sold out. Maybe he has a future career after golf as a wine influencer. One other passion that Phil has is for meteorites and fossils. That's right, he's been buying up the kind of artifacts that are mostly only seen in museums. In a 2009 Golf Digest interview with Bob Verdi, Phil detailed some of his prized possessions that he keeps in his office. He first talked about a dinosaur head that he keeps in a prominent place on his wall. "That was my birthday present from Amy last June. Of the dinosaurs that have been preserved, the number one is Sue, a very famous one at the Field Museum of Natural History in Chicago, a Tyrannosaurus rex. Her head is like 5 feet long. The one Amy gave me is from Mongolia. Paleontologists say it's a possible Tarbosaurus batar. I haven't named it yet, but it's the coolest thing I've ever gotten. My kids and I sometimes will just sit in my office and talk about what the world was like 68 million years ago. Amanda, our oldest daughter, wanted to be a paleontologist for a long time, even before we got the dinosaur head. Our kids are really into that stuff, like outer space." His kids aren't the only members of the Mickelson family who are interested in outer space. As it turns out, he also received a surprise present from his wife Amy that played right into the outer space motif. When Verdi pointed out a strange-looking rock in his office during the Golf Digest interview, Mickelson said, "That's from Argentina, a crash from the 1930s, I believe. I got that from Amy last Christmas. It weighs about 300 pounds and is the size of a basketball. I also have a small one that friends gave to me. It's about the size of a softball. There are more meteorites around than dinosaurs." Phil's certainly an interesting guy with a lot of different passions. We're excited to see what he comes up with next. So, what do you think about Phil Mickelson's expensive lifestyle? What's your favorite collector's item that he has that you wish you had for yourself? Be sure to leave us a comment with what you think down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can watch our latest content updates as soon as they drop. We'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.